Hello from the Big South Network studio. I'm Mark Bryant. Very happy to have with me Radford alum Nick Mayhugh to talk about preparing for the 2021 Paralympics in Tokyo. Nick, glad to have you with us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Let's jump right into talking about the Paralympic trials this weekend. Give us an overview of what you're expecting, how many athletes are competing, and what trials you're participating in.
So I'll be running the 100, the 200, and then the 4x1 relay. And it's actually funny because I don't know what to expect. All I've heard is that there are no spectators. There's family and friends aren't going to be able to watch, but it will be streamed live on NBC, and that's really all I know. You know, they've sort of stuck to the COVID protocols, and even the athletes aren't allowed to watch. So we're just going to be running against ourselves, and then just hopefully after the race, see how we did and go from there.
Excellent. Now, for those who don't know your backstory, you have a form of cerebral palsy, and that makes you numb on your left side. Can you describe just athletically what that does to you? I mean, people look at you and they say, Paralympics, he doesn't look like there's any reason to be in the Paralympics.
Yeah, that's been my entire life. Always growing up, I always knew that there was something wrong, but not having it been diagnosed that early in my life kind of was towards my benefit, because I just worked so hard throughout my entire life, just thinking that it was just a sense of weakness on my left side. I was just bad at playing soccer on my left side. I couldn't hit it as hard, or things like that I just worked on. And because I worked on it so hard, it just eventually got a little better and a little better. And just with training every day, I just have to focus a little harder. Take a couple extra breaks, and just understand that it's okay and it's my normal. So it's just a sense of patience in that way.
What's the timeline then for athletes trying to represent Team USA at the games in Tokyo? When do you know that that's you, and what would it mean for you to qualify?
I can't even put that into words. It would mean everything. I mean, it's always been a dream of mine to represent my country in the highest stage, on the Olympic level, Paralympic level, and Team USA is now giving me an opportunity to do that. Now that soccer's off the program, they gave me an opportunity with track and field, and I'm looking forward to competing next week, and we actually are competing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then we find out that Sunday on the 20th.
Let's hop back to Radford for a minute. You had a successful soccer career, and take us from I'm a soccer player to I'm a track and field athlete, and what led to that shift, and did you ever expect that to be the next goal?
Never. I'm still in the process of taking a step back and turning myself into a track athlete. I don't think I have as much credibility as I would like to now be able to take a step back and say I'm officially a track athlete, but I'm getting there. I'm working at it every day. It's a tough thing, and I have so much respect for track athletes that have spent their entire life training for track and field, because there has never been a moment that I felt more unathletic or uncomfortable than trying to train for track and field. But my time at Radford, made me into the person and the athlete that I am today. All the support that I had there, playing with the Paralympics when my junior and senior year while I was there, and all the success and all the lessons and the advice that I got from my teammates and coaches really molded me into the athlete I am today.
Well, you talk about feeling unathletic. How soon before you ascended to the world #1 in both the 100 and 200? That doesn't sound very unathletic.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind. I don't really know how to put into words or describe it, but I'm so hyper focused when I put my mind to something. Whether it was soccer growing up, being told that I would never be able to play Division I college soccer, and then going on and being able to do it, and scoring and being successful with Radford, and all their help there. And now, putting my mind to becoming #1 in the world for track and field, and now doing it. To be able to see that on paper is pretty cool, but I've done nothing yet. The job's not done.
You talked about how Radford prepared you in some ways for the achievements since then. If you had to summarize what Radford did for you, how could you capsulize it?
I wouldn't be able to put it in a sentence. Just the amount of things that I learned. It was a complete blessing. The amount of coaches. I had a couple coaches there. Throughout my time, we went through a coaching change from Mark Reeves to Brahim Hancock and Brian Cronin. All the guys there that really just advised me in the right direction. And times that I was feeling beat up, the amount of time that I spent injured, that they really were behind me to keep me going and just push me in the right direction. I can't thank them enough.
So you graduate in 2019, and the whole world opens up, and then the whole world shuts down for you. You go into a worldwide pandemic. What What did that do to your training? What impacts did that have on you?
Yeah, so actually I got back from Lima, Peru, the Pan American Games in 2019, and that's when Team USA reached out and they recruited me to run track and field. And I actually started my training in November of 2019, and from November 2019 through April 30th, I was training 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. I dedicated everything to it. You know, I get so obsessed and hyper-focused with things that I set my mind on, and up until then, I had put everything into it. And I got a call the day before I was supposed to fly to my first international competition, and they told me, they canceled the event, the whole world shut down, and it was just a cultural shock to, personally, mentally, and physically. It was, there was nothing for me to do sport-wise, and I was lost in a sense. It helped me grow a lot, and I just stripped it all back to the basics. I would, just like I did when I was younger, I would set up a couple cones and just have fun with it. Juggle for 30 minutes to an hour, dribble for a couple hours, and just, get my mind off of what's going on and really just take it back to, why I do what I do. Just the love and the fun I have with it.
Well, talking about having fun with it, this upcoming weekend in the trials, remind everybody how they can follow what's going on.
So apparently they're going to be streaming on NBC Sports and the Peacock channels. It'll be an exciting event because for the first time, it'll be streamed live on national television.
Outstanding. Well, we certainly wish you the best. We'll all be following you from here. And we thank Nick for his time, and we thank you for watching.